Welcome back, crypto fans. Let's take a look what's going on the Bitcoin. On the background on the recent event, it should be really important driving factors for the cryptocurrencies, but for now we do not see a lot of activity. Well, maybe investors are still a bit stunned, but well, performance on the Forex market exists as well as everywhere else. So in gold, commodities, crude oil, and so on. So what's really going on? On a daily chart, as I said about and talked about the bearish context, as I keep telling about the bearish context, so this performance looks bearish. It's clearly signs of the bearish dynamic pressure. Fundamentally, if you take a look at the overall fundamental background, in Bitcoin that has the highest volatility among all other assets, and that doesn't interest-bearing asset, it's the first object for selling. Fundamentally, investors will protect other more important positions, such as in stocks, in other markets, accumulating some cash margins to support the positions, while the Bitcoin probably should become the first one for selling. At the same time, guys, we have prepared the monthly report on the Bitcoin, where we covered really big topic, important topic on what actually is going on right now, whether it's really so bad on the Bitcoin and when we could expect the possible reversal, and why in general reversal should come in the Bitcoin. So despite we're considering short-term bearish context, we suggest that it should be some final drop to the 52. We're not so pessimistic on the overall market perspective. So if you're interested with that, you could find it as usual in my blog, so on the Forex Peace Army. Those many of you already know about this, going to the blogs and Sive Morten blog, you can see this new update on the Bitcoin. It's a lot of important stuff there. You could read and understand in general overall environment, overall situation on the really big numbers, big picture, where we stand and what's really could happen. Some sentiment and psychological reasons also exist that chances on the Bitcoin performance to the upside in the nearest term quite possible. Now returning back to the technical picture, as I said, with this big ABCD bearish dynamic pressure, market is not at the result, so reaching of the OP, I suspect this will be just a question of time. On the 4 time frame chart, you could see what has happened recently. Once market dropped to the 63 on starting attack on Iran, later we have this bounce, and everybody on the forum and in general asking what has happened, why Bitcoin was rising. It's very simple, guys. In Arab Emirates, in general Bahrain, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, it's a lot of rich individuals, lots of small business, but with the big money. And when this showdown has started, it's not naturally investors start packing their luggage and preparing to out to protect the capital, to make it transfer easier and faster. They are just using the Bitcoin and relocate some assets into Bitcoin. That explains what has happened here. So that is activity of those who intends to relocate out of the region. That's what we have. I do not know whether this will be a bit more extended period or that's it already. But that provides some support. This is a purely technical factor. It has no relation to the valuation on the Bitcoin. It's fundamentals, nothing. So I think that it's short term, but if conflict will last more, and I suspect it will last more, I will share with our thoughts on this subject in the Telegram channel. If you'd like, you will find a post there. So I prepared today probably. That could provide some support, because people who are now just sitting and watching what's going on, as long as conflict will last, as more people would like to out. And that could provide in short term some support to the Bitcoin. You could see that some grabbers even are forming here, so suggesting that some second leg may happen. At the same time, it actually doesn't change the overall idea of the possible big butterfly here, and also we have small butterfly on the hourly chart as well. Why this butterfly is possible? Just because previously we said, well, to prove the bullishness, market has to start forming something bullish, right? And we talked about this possible head and shoulders. So left shoulder, head, right shoulder. But with this action to the downside, I would say that hand shoulder shape has been destroyed. Always, and or at least as a rule, on the ruins of the hand shoulders, very often butterfly appears. With this type of standpoint, this butterfly as a part of this bigger pattern on the full time frame chart, quite possible. It has a target around 58. So this performance might start. And that is what about the current grabbers that we have on the full time frame chart. Market could form some kind of minor ABCD pattern with these grabbers. That could really lead market back to the 78, maybe 68, maybe, to complete this godless triple to sell. Once this relocation of the capital will be finished, that might be downside action. So currently, I would say that don't be deceived by this upward action. It is not sign of the bullishness. It's not sign of the reversal. This is purely technical issue. So the bearish context stands intact. It hasn't disappeared, despite that we could get some minor action. And in general, I would suggest that you should be a bit extra careful currently with the Bitcoin. Currently, it's will be big victim of the ongoing geopolitical processes. It will be quite risky. Investors will trying to use it not for trading, not for investing, but as a technical tool for transfer of capital. So you could see a very unnatural and even curious swings here that you will not find an explanation to. And that might be a bit frustrating, and you could be caught in the wrong way, although fundamental background, economical background will suggest the opposite direction. So just be careful with this stuff. That's probably all for me for now. Let's see what will happen, and as usual, we will return to discussing of the Bitcoin on Thursday.